In this video, we're going to be talking about the new Moto G Play 2024 that should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Hopefully everyone is safe out there. This article is going to be coming from cnet.com, so if you would like to read this on your own time, I'll leave the article source in the description down below. But we have some exciting news about the Moto G Play 2024. It looks like it got some upgrades in the way of the camera, the processor, and even the refresh rate on the display, so I'm super excited about this, and it is going to be coming out. I actually did get cases of the Moto G Play 2024 early that I'll be doing reviews of for one of my favorite case companies, Tudia, so look out for that. But I will be getting the phone the week that it comes out, so stay tuned and subscribe if you guys want to see the full review of this phone. But yeah, it looks like we have some decent changes. The headline says Moto G Play 2024 gets a high refresh rate display and a better camera for $150. And as you guys know, I believe the release of the Moto G Play 2023 was around $179 or $170, so it's a very, very cheap budget phone, even cheaper than the Galaxy A14 or A15 that we see right here now. So this is going to be an ultra budget phone, so we're not going to see anything crazy on here. It's not promising anything insane, but for me at least, this is a really exciting price point, especially since we're getting some upgrades, and especially since it's going to be even cheaper this year, which we'll talk about right now. So it says Motorola's newest Moto G Play phone is a $150 media playing machine. It's got a 6.5-inch display with a 90 Hz refresh rate and dual speakers with Dolby Atmos support. So right off the bat, that's super impressive. Those are things that we did not have last year. So we have a 90 Hz refresh rate straight out of the gate. Love to see it. I feel like that should be base even on budget phones nowadays, but great to see that it went up from 60 Hz. That display was horrid last year, and the dual speakers obviously are great. We don't even get those on the Galaxy A15, a $200 phone. So nice to see it on this device. It says this 2024 edition of the Moto G Play announced Tuesday is a cheaper than last year's $170 Moto G Play. So $20 cheaper than last year, and we're getting better specifications. Also, as far as the processor, obviously we have some really bad issues with the MediaTek Helio G37 we used in the previous model. It was horrid. The performance was bad, and they're actually upgrading that processor to the Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 processor, so it's nice to see that we're getting some changes in way of processor, and it's not just cosmetic changes and stuff like that. Even seeing that now, segueing into the cosmetics of this device, we are getting a little bit of a refresh, so it definitely looks much better. It looks much more appropriate in the whole lineup of the mid-range and budget phones from Motorola this year, and it kind of looks similar to, of course, the Moto G Stylus 5G, especially from last year. It has a dual camera setup. It looks like instead of a triple camera setup, which that triple camera setup was horrible. and you know, not that we were expecting anything crazy for a $170 price tag, but it did look bad. It definitely was not great, so I'm hoping to see some better camera work in way of stabilization and photos. So we're definitely going to get this phone in review. And as for the camera, the new phone's main camera bumps to a 50 megapixel lens over last year's 16 megapixel main. The front facing camera will have an 8 megapixel lens. So, you know, obviously this is all based off of megapixels and stuff. We need to see what sort of sensor we have inside of here, and in real world use, which I will absolutely do with this phone, we need to see how it performs, because megapixels do not mean absolutely anything. I remember back in the day, everybody was doing 108 megapixels on their budget phone and stuff to get their little clickbait in and stuff, but the camera quality was horrible. So we're going to see how this actually looks. It also says Motorola appears to be pitching the phone as a kid-friendly device, touting the screen's Corning Gorilla Glass 3 glass and its IP52 certification. Now, as you guys know, even on the Galaxy A15 5G, one of my favorite ultra budget phones of 2024 so far, this does not tout any screen protection or IP certification. So, you know, seeing that it's not the greatest in the world, it's Corning Gorilla Glass 3 and IP52, it's pretty cool that they even put something on this cheap of a phone. $150. So that's nice to see. That certification is good for light splashes of water, of course, but I wouldn't leave it out in the rain, much less in a pool. It also says Motorola didn't disclose battery capacity, but says the phone should last 46 hours between charges, and I believe that's leaving that on standby. It's not 46 hours playing video games and watching TV shows and stuff like that. It says the Moto G Play's maximum wired charging speed is 15 watts, which is not great. Not great to see that. It also says the Moto G Play will ship with Android 13, which is disappointing since Motorola's G series of phones typically only get one additional major software update. It says it's likely to only upgrade to Android 14, which was released in October of 2023. And that's one of the things that Motorola isn't the greatest on, especially with their budget phones, is updates. So the two bad things I would say on this phone, of course, is the lack of updates. Of course, it looks like we're only going to be getting one, if that. And the other thing inside of here, now I'm not sure if this was a rumor because I saw this on other websites and this was pretty much on everyone else's website, but it says that the storage on the Moto G Play 2024 is only going to be 64 gigabytes, which is in today's standards very, very low, especially when the average video game that you want to download is about a gigabyte, sometimes 2 gigabytes. Even Genshin Impact's like 14, 15 gigabytes. So obviously you're not going to have a ton of storage on this phone. You might be able to expand it via micro SD card, but most likely it isn't going to be adoptable storage. So that is the Moto G Play 2024. You can't get everything you want for $150, but it's great to see that they did refresh and update some things on this device compared to last year's. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. This might be a good phone for your kids. You know, they're going to high school for the first time or whatever, and they need someone to contact you, or for someone who doesn't really care about phones, maybe someone a little bit older that doesn't really, do too many things on phones and wants to save some money. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you going to pick this up? Tell me your thoughts. But yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below as well as subscribing if you're not part of the Tech Gang already, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video just like this on the channel. This has been Safon from TechRight. Peace out, Tech Gang.